We're going to talk about relationships this morning. I'm going to be your Dr. Phil. I'm going to be your Dr. Ruth, your dear Abby. I can be your Cosmo if that's what you want. I can be your relationship for dummies. We're going to talk about your relationship with your audience. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. Are we in the right place? Is that what you want to talk about? Okay, good. We are all of us on a journey. Some of us have figured it out somewhat for our organization. Some of us are new with our companies or new in the field. We're all figuring it out. So the purpose of our discussion here today is to share some of the best practices and share those insights, but we are all learning together. Here's our agenda. Let's confront some painful truths. We will then blow up conventional wisdom. We'll take a 10-minute break. Then we will spend most of our time together exploring creative possibilities. And in about the last 3 minutes that we have together, I'm going to help you get real about taking the lessons that we talked about and bring it home and give you something instructive and practical that you can do this afternoon to start moving your organization. Ready? I'm going to ask you what you worry about. Do you worry? Do you worry? Do you worry about building audiences for your organization? But I'm going to ask you to take a mental leap right now, and I want you to get out of your worry, and instead I want to now ask you to put yourself in the shoes of your audience members. So I want to ask you what your audience worries about. You might be asking, wait a minute, what do you mean, what does the audience worry about? I mean, the audience doesn't lie in bed at night worrying about their arts and cultural participation, right? But they do have demands, and they do have expectations. And what do people do when they see the Mona Lisa? How do they visit the Mona Lisa these days? Do they take a picture of the Mona Lisa? No, right, they don't walk up, this is the Mona Lisa, they don't walk up to the Mona Lisa and take a picture of the Mona Lisa. They walk up to the Mona Lisa, turn their back to the Mona Lisa, and take a selfie in front of the Mona Lisa. They went all this way to get to Paris, to get to the Louvre, to get to the front of the line, and then they turned their back, they took the selfie, and then what did they do? No, they walked away, getting that up on Facebook immediately. I mean, you're in the same room with the Mona Lisa, and you're still looking at your phone instead of looking at the Mona Lisa. So when I say that people want social connection, that's what I mean. I mean that people value social connection so much that they will do that over having other experiences. Your audience expects that and demands that. Building audiences deserves to be a whole organization commitment. That's my mantra for you, a whole organization commitment. And the exercises that we're going to do are going to be about how do we make this visceral and vivid and clear, and how do we get everyone in our organization focused on what audience building can be. Let's blow up conventional wisdom. We've been told that audiences are like apples on a tree, and our job is to do what? To pick what? We pick the low-hanging fruit. And tell me, why do we pick the low-hanging fruit? It's easy, and what else? It costs less. Let me tell you the best answer I ever got to this question. Someone said, the reason we pick the low-hanging fruit is we have really short ladders. Are you willing to engage with me in the painful job of thinking? Yes. I believe you. What's your priority? What do you want to affect? If you want to build audiences, you've only got two axes. Our choice is we can do a Got Milk campaign, and a Got Milk campaign tries to move this bar in this direction in an effort to raise the visibility of arts and cultural participation. We also could try a Groupon strategy. So if it's not about awareness, we could try to lower the threshold for participation. And goodness knows, if we could just lower that threshold completely, why? If we could just make arts and cultural participation totally free all the time, we wouldn't have any audience development problems at all, now would we?
That's not true.
I know, that was a sarcastic comment on my part. A totally sarcastic comment on my part. How do we change the nature of our organizations to serve more audiences on their terms? Not trying to get the audiences to change to come to us, but how do we change ourselves to go to the audiences? This is the future of audience development. We are going to spend the entire rest of our time together learning how to activate this theory into a practical process for you and for your organization.